Welcome to Zen Easy Studios in East Nashville, Tennessee. I'm James Volpe Rotundi on behalf of Acoustic Guitar Magazine, and I have the rare delight of sitting here with a Martin D-45. Now, why do I have difficulty saying that? Well, frankly, I just can't believe it. I will make no reservations about the fact that I love this guitar. If you read the review below, and please read the whole review for details that I won't necessarily supply here, but you know, it's not every day a brand new Martin D-45 shows up at your house, and this one is part of what Martin is calling the modern Deluxe series. So it's got a few, you know, sort of tilting a little more modern features. For starters, you know, it's got a truss rod in it, which frankly is real nice. I get it if you really sort of want some more vintage purity, or perhaps, but boy, truss rod seems like pretty wonderful equipment if you ask me. Now, it does not have electronics in it currently, but it is certainly routed for it, and by all means, if you're going to put electronics in this guitar, put in the best possible electronics, because, look, you know, this guitar costs over $10,000. Now, there are other guitars that cost a lot of money, you know, perhaps it's some shock for me because I don't typically, you know, play guitars that are quite this expensive, but man, there's just a lot of quality going on here, and of course part of it's got to be attached to the Martin name. Of course it is, you know, one of the most iconic guitar builders. But the D-45, for one thing, always has been sort of maybe the luxury liner of the dreadnoughts by Martin, and man, this one just has all this beautiful you know, mother of pearl inlay, and you know, it's just the binding, the trim on it, you know, it's just gorgeous. This sort of torch logo here at the front is just a beautiful piece of really extraordinary work. Now, I should just mention it's an Adirondack spruce brace material, but it is a solid Sitka spruce top. Some folks wonder maybe why not Adirondack on the top as well as the bracing, but that's the deal. So Sitka spruce top, solid East Indian rosewood back and side, so no joke there. 25.4 inch scale, genuine mahogany neck with an ebony fingerboard. Plays great. Now these are, I believe, 13s on here, so they don't bend a whole lot, okay? But man, just the tone and the richness of tone on this thing. In my review, I compare it to like playing a great grand piano, like a Bosendorfer or something like that. And of course, it's a guitar, it's not a piano, but each note just has a lot of body. When you play it, your body can actually feel the bass response that's coming through this thing. I mean, it's just, you know, it's a very powerful sound. And I am miking it with nothing special right now. I literally slapped a Shure SM57 on here. It's going through a Neve 1073 preamp, directly from there into a Universal Audio Apollo interface into Logic Pro. So you know, it's a decent, you know, it's a reasonable signal path. But I'm not using a C mic, you know, fancy pencil mic. I'm not using a large diaphragm mic for this. And it, especially down in this region, great country guitar, great Americana guitar. You know, I gotta say, they talk about this neck as having a tapered high performance taper. That's another one of the modern features in the modern Deluxe. Well, I don't know exactly what the technical dimensions of that are, but I will say playing in these upper regions does not provide too much of a challenge. Now these tops are aged. It's something they call the VTS. And it is that kind of torrefaction process where they essentially age the top. And they do it in a nice way. I mean, it doesn't really affect the color. You still get that classic sort of natural blonde color. And of course, all the incredibly elaborate appointments on the D-45 make it a pretty huge winner as well. So I've got to admit that of all the D series, the D28s, D18s, the D45's always been the one that's really caught my eye the most. And maybe that's because I got champagne taste on a beer budget, but I can tell you this guitar is addictive to play. And, you know, like certain vintage wines, you don't know until you try it, and suddenly you realize, wow, sometimes you really do get what you pay for. And this is just a classic American guitar. It's loud too. Now, that's the D-45. Exceptional instrument. And of course, as I said, not inexpensive. Now, this little beauty is not inexpensive either. This is the 01228. Classic concert, double O style, 12th fret neck joint. And this little guitar, which I have in another detuning. This thing smokes too, man, and I'd love to say it's a more compact sound because it's that double O type thing, but this thing's loud too. This thing is a steal at under 5,000. And look at that, just gorgeous slot neck, wow, with that script logo. This is a real winner too. I mean, oh man. That is a lot of sound for a little guitar that frankly is not much bigger than a Vilhuela. Again, now this is the classic concert size. It has a solid Sitka spruce top as well with the VTS, the aging process there over there at Martin. It's got solid East Indian rosewood back and sides. It's got X bracing. Again, an Adirondack spruce brace material, but not a top material. And man, I'll tell you, it's just this little 24.9 inch scale on this neck is just the most playable thing. It also has that symmetrical performance taper idea as well. This guitar loves finger picking. Likes fingers. dig those butterbean tuners. Again, a small guitar, but boy, I mean, if you were you to want to make a sound investment in a 00 size guitar, especially a new one, boy, you could do a lot worse than this Modern Deluxe. Again, both of these fine guitars are from the Martin Modern Deluxe series. And again, the price point is, you know, steep for most of us, but I have to say, you know, after spending a little time with these guitars, you know, it's real easy to get excited about them. And of course, one thing to remember with guitars is that one guitar may be quite expensive, but those 4 guitars you bought in the last few years were also expensive, and maybe they added up to the same. So, you know, sometimes buying a guitar is a question of doing the math, dreaming big, figuring out what your budget is. Maybe there's some guitars you have that maybe you're not playing so much. And remember, of course, Martins do hold their value splendidly. These are quite striking guitars, and of course, vintage models of these go for many tens of thousands of dollars. And you know what? They don't have the modern features that these things have, and like the truss rod. And you know, those kinds of adjustments are real nice things to have. Again, made in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, right here in the USA. This one goes for around $4,399. It's about $4,400 street. The D-45 about $10,500 street price. You know, both exceptional guitars. You know, it's not every day that you know, you just get guitars that feel like real, true, timeless craftsmanship. There's really no other word, but these guitars have it. All right, I'm James Volpe Rotundi, talking to you from East Nashville, Tennessee, on behalf of Acoustic Guitar Magazine with the Martin Modern Deluxe D-45 and 01228. And you have a lovely day, and do a little more investigation. Be sure to read the full review of both these guitars right below this video, and we'll see you soon. All right, thank you.